Andy Johnson, Minnesota State University, looking at voluntary reading. First three premises. Reading is pleasurable. Those who find no pleasure have not found the right material. Teachers' number one job is to help children fall in love with books. Everything else becomes easy after that. People become better readers by reading practice. We need to have more reading practice and less drill and skill in our schools. Reading ability improves throughout our lives as we continue to read. I'm a better reader this year than I was last year because I have read more books. Even at age 53, I am continuing to improve. Why is voluntary reading important? Because it improves vocabulary, fluency, conceptual knowledge, and the ability to learn. Not learning, but learn. Error on my part. Because the more words you have, the more fluently you can read, the more conceptual knowledge you have, the better you are able to comprehend, and the better you are able to learn new information. The more up here you have, the easier it is to encode and store new information because you have things to connect it to. So it is absurd, silly, not good to not include reading volume or the amount of reading as a goal in all our schools at all levels with all readers. A couple of studies. Allington, great researcher in the area of literacy. This is from his book, High Achieving Students Read 3 times as much as low achieving classmates. Higher achieving students, their class looks a little bit different. They tend to spend as much as 70% of reading class engaged in authentic reading, reading connected texts. Low achieving readers spend only 37% of reading class actually reading. Would you get better at playing the piano by not practicing? Would you be a better baseball player by not practicing? If we want to help children become better readers, they need some drill and skill, but they need reading practice. 93% of the studies reviewed students who were assigned more reading or given more time to read performed as well or better than those in traditional reading classes without the extra reading. We know more reading works as well or better than instruction in enhancing students' performance. Works as well or better than traditional. And traditional we mean by basal instruction. Reading is more pleasurable than worksheets. And again, we want to attach reading with a pleasurable experience because we want to motivate students to read on their own time. Reading is a pleasurable act. If you find it not to be, you have not found the right sorts of things to read. Organisms try to repeat experiences that are pleasurable and avoid painful experiences. This seems rather simple, but if we make reading class a painful experience, students are more apt not to want to repeat that experience. Reading invites more reading. When you find it pleasurable, you want to do more of it. A couple of studies from 1988, and again, percentile, achievement percentile, minutes a day. Look at the difference in words poured over your head. And again, you'll become a better processor of words. You learn more vocabulary. The processing, it happens in microseconds quicker with the more reading that you do. You strengthen those neural pathways. So sight, word, and letter recognition and all these things improve. 1.6 minutes a day, that is absurd. This is what often happens when we have reading instruction for less able readers. We slow it down, we make it more simple, we fragment the reading tasks, little sub-skills, so they end up barking at print. Arf, arf, ah, ah, eh, eh, t, t. We make reading instruction boring and irrelevant. They read boring stuff not connected to their interests or lives. We make it more abstract when we focus on simply letter-symbol associations. That's an abstract thing. Less reading of authentic, connected texts. An authentic text, a real book that you read for pleasure. And we focus, we find out what students can't do, and then we drill and drill and drill on what they can't do, instead of finding their strengths. How do they best decode new words or recognize new words? And we make them read simplistic, lame stuff. and then we expect them to catch up? Who needs remediation, the students or the teachers in this case? A couple more. High level, this is middle school. Average, low. Amount of reading related to high differences in vocabulary and reading fluency. And again, high school. Look at the number of words per year. Holy cow! Holy cow. You can stop this and admire it at your own leisure, but that's the end of part 2. I have one more part coming up.